Welcome. Assalamu alaikum. This is Abul Hassan Imroz. I am welcoming you to the very first show of Knowledge Heart. Today, we are having our honorable principal, Mr. Aminul Islam Ujjal, to this show as our guest and only speaker. And since I am one of his students, and now I have got a great chance to ask him some questions in front of you. So I will not miss a single chance to drain knowledge from him. Let me introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, the principal himself, Mr. Aminul Islam Ujjal. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam.
Sir, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm fantastic, sir, especially for this very episode. For this, I am waiting for at least 7 years.
Oh, thank you. That's
So-
pleasure for me.
It's also a pleasure for me. And thank you very much again for bringing out some time from your busyness here. Sir, I want to ask you a very crucial but simple question. The question is, why English? Why English is so important? Why we all have to learn English? What's the matter? What's the necessity, sir? And again, why English?
Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear audience. I have been asked to discuss on English. English, why English? There are many languages all over the world, and even UN has recognized at least 6 languages. Spanish, Mandarin, or Chinese, Russian, French, Arabic, and English.
English.
And but you didn't mention any other language except than English. English is an international language. Those languages are also international, but English is most important. And this is lovely language. Other languages are also important, but English is the easiest language in the world in my sense, in my knowledge, in my idea. And English is spoken all over the world. And English, without, computer has made the whole world a global village. Not villages, one village, one language. And English is the language of that global village. And without knowing the language of that village, you cannot live in that village.
Right.
All the inhabitants of that particular village will have to learn the language of that global village, that is English. And without learning English, nothing is possible important. And as English is compulsory in our country, wherever you go, English is very much important. If you go to a foreign country, you will have to learn English. And all over the world there are hundreds of languages. You cannot learn, a single man cannot learn so many languages in a man's life, single life. So man should learn such a language which will help him communicate with all the people all over the world. So it is better for us to learn English. It is better for us to learn English so that we can communicate everywhere across the world. And English is compulsory in our country. I have already told you.
Yes,
Side by side with our mother tongue Bangla, English has been made compulsory.
I have another question regarding
Yes.
that.
Yes.
But before that, from your speech, I have drawn out 2 questions. The first one is, you have said English is an easy language, but the scenario of our country doesn't reflect that. The first one, why did you say that English is an easy language? And the second question is, are you suggesting that globalization has made English so important?
Thank you very much. Your You have multiple questions at the
Right,
same
sir.
time. Multiple
I have,
questions
I have.
at the same time. And we have said in my speech, I have mentioned English is the easiest language in the world. Of course, English is the easiest language in my sense. You know, English, you can learn English easily, and the grammar of English is easy. And as far as I know, this is according to my learning, my knowledge, English language is easy. That English grammar is easy, and even English is easier than Bangla. Understand? Though I am a Bengali,
Is it, sir?
yes, I am a Bangladeshi or I am a Bengali. My language, mother tongue is Bangla, but I think in deep sense, English is easier than Bangla language. Bangla is very
Can you
difficult.
please elaborate a little, sir?
And you know, English spelling is easy, English pronunciation is easy, and you need not be an American or you need not be a British. You can mutual intelligibility is main thing. If you speak, if your listener can understand you, you are a successful speaker. And English is analyzed or researched all over the world, and English is a round language. You know. It is English sentences can be made or constructed from many angles, and yes, so English can be learned easily, and so for that reason I have my results and the sudden explanation of making English the easiest language in the world may not be satisfactory, but I think.
I'm satisfied. I'm happy
Yes.
enough. But sir, I have another complimentary question. So, why is the scenario of Bangladesh like that? Like our students can conjure a single sentence over their exam papers or even in their daily communication. If that is so easy, and as per our knowledge, English is taught here from the very beginning of their educational life.
Actually, this is the problem is with the teaching method,
Oh.
question method, syllabus method, and you know, English language and English subject are not same. English language and English subject are not same. In our country, English subject is taught, not English language. So English, you know, as you are a lecturer in the Department of English and also in this college, in this great college, Adarsh College, Tanget, you have been teaching the students for a long time, and you are also very experienced, I think, about this matter. And you know English, and the problem is with the teaching method, learning method. English, every language has 4 skills, you know.
Yeah. Yes.
4 skills. Listening, speaking, reading, and writing.
Right.
Serially, if we mention the 4 skills, we must mention listening first. Listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And you know, 4 skills are not for all citizens. The ignorant citizen, that means the people who don't visit any schools, who don't have any schooling, have only 2 skills: listening and speaking. But those who visit schools and have a schooling practice 4 skills:
Total 4.
listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But in our country, the subject as I have already mentioned, English subject and English language. You know, in our suppose at intermediate level, there is the textbook.
Yes.
And in that textbook, you know, there are many episodes, many lessons, units, and lessons. And in every lesson, you will see some literary pieces, and also some lessons which discuss on space science, geographical matters, and some scientific matters, technological matters. And I think these are not learning friendly.
Learning
Understand? Learning friendly. As we have many science books, we have many other books from which we can learn about space science, geographical matters, elements, and technologies. Why in English? English subject, as English is a language, and in every country, the language of that special country and their respective languages have their own literature. In every language, literature is preferred. But even in the past, when we were students, we learned interesting poetry, interesting stories, and which attracted us very much.
Very much.
But now, the lessons are, as I have already mentioned, space science. Space science is very difficult thing, and other scientific matters. Ocean, or I say, some, researches, technologies, and yes,
researches.
and geographical matters, very difficult, and genetic science. But these are in English literature, in the English textbooks. Students usually do not feel interested in learning them. And this is subject, not language.
They got frightened.
Language should have different. Should have different systems. Yes, a language should deal with the grammars and translations and comprehensions and other things. And if, as it is our main aim, purpose of making English compulsory in our country from class 1 to graduation classes, to teach the students the language, how they can speak in English, how they can write in English correctly, and not the information only. Space science, you can learn space science from any sources, other scientific books, from not your syllabus, English syllabus.
Is that why, sir, language school can teach a student English in only 6 months, but our institutions cannot do that in 12 years?
Yes, a very genuine question. Very genuine question you have raised. English has been made compulsory from class 1 to graduation classes still. But every year students pass and are promoted from class 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, 4 to 5. In this way, they pass all the classes and even masters they complete by passing in their written form of English. But even most of the graduates and postgraduates can't speak in English. This is the problem. But they can write. And for that reason they are promoted from one class to another. But the problem is with the system. Only 2 skills are practiced. Only 2 skills, reading and writing. Only 2 skills. English has 4 skills.
4 skills.
And listening and speaking are most important, I think. And as it is a language like our mother tongue, Bangla, and in most of the cases we do not write, isn't it? We speak more than we write, but speaking and listening are not practiced in our country. So this is the problem with the teaching method in our country and the syllabus. If listening and speaking were made compulsory,
The other 2 skills.
like other 2 skills, reading and writing, and if listening and speaking would carry marks like reading and writing,
Yes, sir.
students would learn English compulsorily, and they would give importance to listening and speaking as they give importance to reading and writing. Understand? This is the problem. Even I was interviewed by Bathurst University from London when I was vice principal of this college 3 or 4 years ago. Understand? And the chairman of English Department of Bathurst University of London asked me about intermediate level English, how at intermediate level English is taught, and there I mentioned the same thing. 4 skills are in English, but only 2 skills are practiced and only 2 skills carry
To the marks.
carry marks, and other 2 skills do not carry any marks, but only instructed to practice them. And as those listening and speaking are not compulsory or important in case of passing the exam, students do not feel interested. Students do not feel interested to practice listening and speaking. But this is the main problem with our
It seems we are trying to teach our students
Yes.
a difficult thing, excluding the most vital points.
Yes. Right, you are.
Thank you, sir. I am getting back to my second question.
Yes.
That is globalization has made English so popular or so important?
Globalization is also one of the reasons for making English international and important to the people across the globe. It is very natural, and globalization crosses the borders. Crosses the borders, and a common language is necessary for globalization. And English is that common language, and English. For that reason, English is also that globalization is also one of the causes of making English international and important.
Is there any other reasons behind this, sir? Something to be mentioned for making English so important
It's so
over
important.
the world?
Here one thing I should mention: why and how does a language become international?
Right, sir. Right.
Your Bangla language, also in one sense, Bangla is also an international language, as Bangla crosses the border.
The borders.
In Sierra Leone, an African country, English has been made one of the 4 state languages. Understand? And English, Bangla, not English. Bangla is one of the 4 state languages of Sierra Leone, and Bangla is practiced there now. And except Bangladesh, in some Indian states in West Bengal, Tripura, Assam, Jharkhand, and maybe some other provinces in Bangla is spoken, and for that reason Bangla also in one sense an international language. But the matters I would like to mention for a language becoming international. Suppose English is an international language, but the English people were imperialist. They ruled most of the countries of the world, and they were imperialist. For imperialism, the English people had to visit different countries, different colonies, and to communicate with the English people, the local peoples needed to learn English because communication is a factor. If you cannot communicate with your boss, you cannot tell him about a problem or your opportunities. So language is a factor, and for that reason, local people were bound to learn English and to communicate with them, and also out of curiosity, the colonial people learned English to introduce themselves to the knowledge of English people, philosophy, science, technology, and so on. They were, in one sense, the colonial people were bound and compelled to learn English.
Okay, sir. Just a funny question
Yes.
raised on my mind. That if we Bengali or like other nations learn English as their second language or learn English compulsorily. Sir, what do they English learn? Do they have any compulsory languages to learn other than their mother tongue?
It's a nice question, very interesting question, it very reasonable, I want to say. The English knowing people in our country, or especially in third world countries, are held high or are respected or given extra respect or honor. In the same way, in the past, Latin was important to the people of England, which English people. Understand? The people of third world countries, when they learn English, they can speak in English, feel proud. Oh, I know English. I can speak in English. I can write in English. Understand? And even the society honors, respects the English knowing people. In the same way, in the past, even in England, the English people learned Latin to become important in the eyes of the English society. Understand? But now, as English is international language and everywhere English is spoken, so the people of England or the English people do not feel interested to learn language of other countries. So far as I know, in England there may be some other languages. Only English is not spoken in England. There are some other languages, but the English people do not compulsorily learn any other languages, or any language is not second language in their country. On the basis of number of speakers of other languages, there may be second, third, fourth languages, but not in the sense in our country English is second language. In England, as far as I know, I may be wrong, there is no any second language.
Here comes another question.
Yes.
From your conversation. Please, I want to know from you that is there any difference between a foreign language and a second language?
Of course. Every second language is a foreign language, but every foreign language is not a second language. In our country, except Bangla, every language is foreign language. Suppose Hindi, French, Russian, Chinese or Mandarin, or Urdu, Hindi, Arabic, Farsi or Parsi. Every language is a foreign language to our country. But English is not only foreign language, but also second language. As the definition of second language is in any country, except there, but side by side with their mother tongue, if any foreign language is taught compulsorily, that is second language. In our country, English is taught compulsorily from class 1 to graduation classes, side by side with our mother tongue, Bangla. For that reason, English is the second language in our country.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Actually, this session was so enlightening, so heart-pounding that I have learned a lot of things. I think our audience also enjoyed this show, and I am hoping if sir admits that we may continue this show on a regular basis.
Yes.
If possible, maybe weekly or maybe fortnightly. What do you say, sir?
I tell you, from time to time we can hold. There are many subjects across the country which we can discuss, and some listeners may be benefited by listening to us. But for their betterment, we can hold different issues, hold sessions on different issues, except politics. I don't like political discussion.
Thank you, sir. Before finishing off, I want to ask you another question.
Yes.
You said earlier, and you explained very well, that English is an easy language, easy to learn, easy to understand, easy to practice. So I want you to advise our audience what to do, what three things or what two things to do to learn English better? Your final advice.
Thank you very much, Mr. Imroj. Dear audience, my honorable audience, respected audience, I don't want to teach you English language, but I would like to suggest you to learn English, as without learning English we can't hope for anything important. We should follow some rules for learning English. English is nothing but a language like our mother tongue, Bangla. We should practice English, spoken English, and right or wrong is not a matter. We learn everything through mistakes. And even as Bengali, I make so many mistakes in Bangla. When I speak in Bangla, I make so many mistakes. Why not in foreign language? English is not our language, it's a foreign language. So it is very natural for us to make mistakes in English. When we go for English, we may make mistakes. It is very natural. And if we think if we make any wrong sentences, people may laugh at us. It's not a matter. It's not a matter. We must practice, and gradually we will be correct. And when we were infants, we could not walk. And when we began walking, we fell down from time to time, and we cried. And gradually we learned how to walk. But now I can, and everybody can walk nicely. Even from time to time we may slip down, fall down, isn't it? In the same way, if we try to speak in practice English, and if we listen to, and sources are many now, as it is the age of science and technology. It is very easy for us to learn English from different sources, and we can use ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and other AI tools, and Google's and other apps for learning friendly situation. So right or wrong is not a matter. We should practice and practice. Suppose I may make a sentence. Some rats are roaming in the Dankat. You may think Dankat is Bangla, but if I am unable to make the English of Dankat, I may use Dankat. It's not a matter. So we can practice. We can practice Bangladesh firstly. It's not a matter. If you make mistakes in your practice, nobody will send you to jail or or give you any punishment. So we should practice. And we should believe, and we should bear in our mind. Even in Bangla, we make so many mistakes. Why not in
English?
We should not fear about our making mistakes. Making mistakes will teach you how to learn English. So try and practice. Talk to your friends, talk to your sons, talk to your children, talk to your parents in English. Your listeners can understand you or not. It's not a matter, but it is like singing. Understand? Firstly, your tune, your lyric may be mistaken or wrong. It's not a matter, but the practice will make you gradually correct. So please read English newspapers, listen to English news on television, or and make friendship with English learning people. So, but every day you will have to practice. Every day you will have to practice, and do not be afraid of mistakes. You must like and love mistakes, as we learn everything through mistakes. Thank you very much.
So, dear viewers, as Sir has said, that remember one thing: practice makes a man and also woman Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir, for having this
Okay.
conversation.
Okay, man.